Alright, Kevin, I'm 2 miles upriver, and it's about as far as I want to go with the electronic controls, because I got to hold that thing the whole time, and I actually utterly despise that. But anyhow, it's running fine. I hit 13 coming up. We'll see what I get on the way back down again, but everything's doing good. So. Steering servo is working great. So, well, it's working as it was intended. And as you can see, I have the clutch going there, so you have complete control. You want to stop, you can stop. You want to run over some debris, we'll just go to idle and let it coast over it so you don't suck it up in the intake. So yeah, all right, well, anyhow, I'm gonna head on back down again, and we'll be done. All right, Kevin, I'm 2 miles upriver again on the second test run. Let's we'll shut that off for a second. But yeah, so on the way back we had it was like starving for fuel a little bit, kind of bogging down, losing some power. So initially I didn't go through the fuel system initially. It ran, and I didn't have any revving problems with it, so I just leave it alone, because that wasn't part of the deal there. But if it needed something, I'd go through it, which I did. So we changed your pulse line, got that sorted out. Your carburetor had a bunch of junk in it, so I cleaned that out. Rejetted the carburetor, make it a little bit richer, gives it more stable, cooler running, and changed your fuel lines, changed your fuel filter. I think that was probably the bigger thing, is the fuel filter on the suction side of the pump. The pump is more susceptible to suction restrictions than it is for pushing. It can push better than it can suck. So changed fuel filter, and I just come up, and I was hitting 13 quite a few times over the last trip. So we'll see what it does on the way back. I expect it'll be much better. I got 15.49 on the return trip last time, and I'd like to see deep into the 16 mile an hour. So we'll see what happens. So I'll give you a hot start here. We'll see how it does. All right, let's get it done. it back the ramp. Hit 16.25 mile an hour, and I held 15 all the way back with absolutely zero issues with power. So that was the fix. Man, she runs great. Everything did really well, and super happy with it. And yeah, got the intake grate there. Got the stainless water cooled muffler. Got the needle bearing conversion in the pump. Aluminum steering nozzle. Got it the choke in there, give you better slow speed authority. Of course, the pump guard is already there. Got my flex ring in there, and we'll pop the hood here so everybody can see what this looks like with out a gas tank in the engine compartment. So you have my take the stock plenum and cut it in half and make it larger for better cooling, much better cooling. And then I get rid of the little O-ring things that were on there, and I make my own. Got a big strap, it's a Velcro strap that goes on there, and it holds the plenum in place. A lot easier to work with. So you got a new steering servo in there, and got all the plumbing for the water supply. You got your fuel connection, all the new fuel lines. There's your water line supply from the pump, and got the battery relocated. Got plenty of room to breathe. You could put a little tool bag or something back here if you wanted to. And yeah, so that's that pretty much wraps it up there, I think. Other than the muffler cover there, and I put the latches on the other side there. That way I could cut out the spools that were in there that engaged the hull. Those things were about worthless. And now you can just use the little latches like the old style that worked so well, and boom, get your hood locked down. You got your primer bulb there. Those are one-way check valves. This primer bulb's Atwood. It's much better quality, and I got that over the ones I was getting from Amazon, because those were dry rotting really quick, and these last a lot longer. And but the check valves in them are really trashy, so they hardly pump anything. So I had to get check valves, and now, man, yeah, it pumps some fuel. It'll pump some fuel quick. That way, if you ever let it sit for too long, or you run it dry or whatever, and you need to prime everything again, you can just sit there and squeeze that. Or, you know, should the fuel pump actually fail, you can squeeze that to get home. You have backup. So nothing's changed with your stock controls there. But did your bracing worked out really well. That supported the bottom of the boat. I was happy with that, and made another footrest so you can have somewhere to stick your feet. And that supports the bow a little bit more, or the hull gives a little bit more rigidity. So, and of course the windshield. Bow gas tank, we have the safety latch there that keeps the pin from coming out and the bow actually popping off. That happened to me, which is how that happened, or why that happened. And you got your gas cap there. Your fill cap. All right, well, there she is, another Mokai made painless. We'll be ready for you as soon as you want to come pick her up.